It's a sad day that your rights can be protected outside this house, but cannot be protected inside this house. But what is even more sad, honorable members, is that you will vote for a man who is willing to break democratic institutions so that he can escape accountability. You will vote for a man, and what it seems like today, a party who believe that the ANC is above the Constitution. A man who believes that he is a law unto himself. In fact, more seriously, when the public protector exposed him, he dismissed her simply as an ombudsman and failed to abide by her remedial action. Honorable members, if the president disobeys the public protector, then none of us must obey the public protector, and no South African must as well. When the scorpions, in fact, got too close, they were crushed and replaced by the hawks. And when it looks like the hawks were about to swoop, they were also had their wings clipped. When SARS started investigating fringe tax benefits for Nkandla, it was subjected to a purge of its executive management. Worse than that, as there's a threat of the ANC losing election grows, the IEC was targeted for capture through the appointment of the President's Special Projects Advisor as Commissioner. Coupled with the plans to turn the SABC from a public broadcaster, we are today, from a public broadcaster to a state propaganda machine, we are today witnessing the full attack on the freedom of expression and free and fair elections. Yesterday, we went to court and forced the president that we must reinstate the charges he has successfully evaded for 5 years and has established a timeline that will lead to his prosecution. I can assure you, honorable members, the president will have his day in court if this House is not willing to vote him out today. Honorable members, let's be clear about one thing. The president needs his job in order to avoid prosecution. He needs his job to keep enriching himself and his friends and his family. We've seen how even Zuma destroyed a mine and jobs. We've now seen how children of ANC leaders are awarded tenders to the value of 631 million rands for toilets in the Eastern Cape. We saw how the landing of a Gupta family had a red carpet rolled out for them at Waterkloof. Through all of these scandals, President has denied all knowledge and complicity. Honorable members, I'd like to call President Jacob Zuma, President, I did not know. President Angazi. Because when we asked him about upgrades to his own home at Nkandla, his response was, I did not know. I did not ask for the upgrades. And he did nothing to stop them. When we asked him about his friends, the Guptas, landing at Waterkloof, this was the president's response. I did not know, and he did nothing to stop it. When we challenged him about his failure to appear before this House, he said, nobody invited me, yet I hold all the letters here, honorable members, that we've written to both the Speaker and the President saying, when are you coming to this House? But the president stood here and told the people of South Africa, I did not know and therefore did not act. The real tragedy, honorable members, is simply this, that the longer President Jacob Zuma stays on the job, the more South Africans find themselves without a job. South Africa's economic growth for 2014 was a mere 1.4%, down from 1.9%. For 2015, it is projected to be 2%. This is in fact a far cry from the projected 5%, which the NDP requires. While President Zuma has blamed our economic failures on the global climate, sub-Saharan Africa in 2014 averaged 4.5%. Honorable members, when it comes to economic growth, leadership matters, and President Zuma has shown none of it. Since President Zuma assumed office in 2009, the number of unemployed South Africans has grown by 1.4 million people. Our unemployment rate today sits at 36.1%. Over 66% of those are young people. So, honorable members, here's the choice that we have today. You can choose to keep a man in office who steals from the poor, You can choose to keep a man in office who breaks our constitution to protect himself. You can choose to keep a man in office who laughs when parliament is being broken down. Or you can choose to vote with your conscience today. You see, honorable members on this side, if you are unable to vote with your hearts, at least vote with your heads. Because let me remind you, the longer you keep this man in office, the more you show South Africans how the ANC has lost its way. Under President Zuma, your party has dropped over 210,000 votes since 2009. In Gauteng last year, you dropped nearly 10%. So you are losing MPs, we are losing South Africa, but today you are going to vote for President Zuma. In Nelson Mandela Bay, the ANC dropped from 70% to less than 50% last year. So, this is in fact the beauty of our democracy. Every election is a vote of no confidence in President Zuma. And every election we hold shows that the people are losing confidence in the man you insist on propping up as president. So, honorable members, by all means, vote against this motion of no confidence today. Vote against your hearts and vote against your heads. Because know that your children will inherit an economy that is unable to provide them with jobs and support their families. They will look back and ask the question about this day and say, how did you let this thing happen?